WLC0 me back to the channel RFCoins. Today, we are diving deep into one of the most fascinating and often overlooked coins in American history, the 1977 D Lincoln cent, also known as the 1-cent coin from the Denver Mint. But hold on tight, because some of these pennies could be hiding right in your pocket change and might be worth way more than just 1 cent. In fact, some are worth hundreds to thousands of dollars, and today I'm going to tell you why. We will talk about the rich history behind this iconic penny, the special errors that make them valuable, how to identify them, and the latest market value, which might shock you, all the way up to $574.99 or even higher in auctions. So stay tuned, because by the end of this video, you'll never look at a penny the same way again. First, let's step back in time. The Lincoln Cent series began in 1909, honoring President Abraham Lincoln on his 100th birthday. But what makes the 1977 D penny special? Well, minted in Denver, that's what the D mint mark stands for. Over 4.2 billion of these pennies were produced. Now you might be thinking, if there are billions of them, how could they be rare or valuable? Most 1977 D pennies were heavily circulated, meaning they got scratched, dented, and worn out, but finding a flawless, high-grade penny from this year is like finding a needle in a haystack. And when you add mint errors, double dies, and unique striking problems, some of these coins become extraordinary treasures. Alright, let's break it down. What makes these pennies shoot up in value? Collectors love coins that are in mint state condition. If your penny looks brand new, without scratches or wear, it might be graded MS65, MS66, or even higher. And guess what? An MS67 red 1977 D penny has sold for hundreds of dollars at auction. Remember, red means the coin still has its original copper luster, bright and shiny, just like when it left the mint. Now here's where it gets exciting. Some 1977 D Lincoln cents have errors that dramatically increase their value. Where parts of Lincoln's face, lettering like Liberty or In God We Trust, appear doubled, very collectible. Where the design is not centered, sometimes missing part of Lincoln's head or date. The more dramatic the off-center, the higher the value. Where part of the penny's edge is clipped off due to minting mistakes, a very cool error to have. A coin struck without the collar, resulting in a wider, flattened look, unique and desirable. Where the D mint mark looks doubled or has a shadow, super rare. Some of these error coins have sold for over $500 to $1,000 depending on their condition and rarity. So, how much is your 1977 D penny worth right now in 2025? Let's break down the real market value today. If your penny looks worn, it's probably worth 1 cent to maybe 5 cents, depending on condition. These can fetch anywhere from $1 to $15. This is where you hit the jackpot. These coins are selling from $50 to over $500. Like double dies, off-center strikes, or clipped planchets, these can range from $100 to $1,000, and some exceptional pieces even more. And yes, as per some recent private sales and market trends, extremely rare high-grade or error coins have approached values like $574.99 and beyond. If you've got a 1977 D penny that looks shiny and sharp, or one with strange features, do not spend it. Check with a professional coin grader or submit it to PCGS or NGC. Bright red color means less exposure to air. Higher grade, use a magnifying glass to spot double letters, off-center designs, or repunched mint marks. See if there's a clip or weird flattening. Possible mint error. Standard weight is about 3.11 grams. Anything drastically different may be an error or rare planchet. Go to trusted coin sites and auction archives to see similar coins and how much they sold for. Why you should collect Lincoln cents. And final thoughts. Now you might be wondering, why should I care about a penny? Coin collecting is not just a hobby, it's an adventure, a treasure hunt, and sometimes a great investment. Lincoln cents, especially ones like the 1977 D, are part of American history, holding stories of our past, our presidents, and even the mistakes made at the U.S. Mint. The copper content alone makes older pennies more interesting to collectors, especially before 1982 when they were made of 95% copper. So every time you pick up a penny, you might be holding a small piece of history, and if you're lucky, a small fortune. Have you ever found a rare penny? Maybe even a 1977 D with an error? Let me know in the comments below. I would love to hear your stories. If you enjoyed this deep dive and want to learn about more valuable coins you might have in your pocket, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe, and click the bell icon so you never miss a treasure hunt, and hey, share this video with friends and family. Who knows, maybe someone you know is holding a penny worth hundreds of dollars right now. Thanks for watching, and remember, keep hunting, keep collecting, and never underestimate the power of a penny. See you next time on Coin Secrets Uncovered. If you want, I can also give you a shorter version for TikTok or Shorts. Want that too? Today we are uncovering the secrets of a truly special and rare coin that could be sitting right in your pocket, the 1981 Lincoln 1-cent penny, ultra rare edition, and trust me, some of these can be worth a fortune, literally worth thousands of dollars. So let's get started. Now, when you think of a penny, most people think, oh, it's just 1 cent, but what if I told you that a 1981 Lincoln penny, a coin many people overlook every day, can actually be worth not just a few dollars, but hundreds, even thousands of dollars depending on its type, condition, and specific minting details. Yes, you heard that right. Let's take a step back and look at some history first. The Lincoln cent, featuring the iconic image of President Abraham Lincoln, was first introduced in 1909 to commemorate the 100th anniversary of Lincoln's birth. It was designed by Victor David Brenner, and ever since then, it has become one of the most beloved and collected coins in American history. Now, fast forward to 1981, an interesting year for the Lincoln cent because it was the last year pennies were struck entirely in copper before the big transition to copper-plated zinc in 1982. That's right. In 1981, pennies were still made from 95% copper and 5% zinc and tin, weighing about 3.11 grams. After that, in 1982, to save on costs, the U.S. Mint changed to a much cheaper zinc core coated in copper, weighing only 2.5 grams. This makes 1981 one of the final years you'll find true copper Lincoln pennies, and for that reason alone, many collectors seek them out. But wait, the story doesn't end there. Because in 1981, there were also two different types of proofs and dies used to mint pennies, including what collectors call the Type 1 and Type 2 proofs. More on that soon. The hidden value and rarity of the 1981 Ultra Lincoln penny. Alright, let's talk value, because I know that's what you're here for. So, how much are these 1981 Lincoln cents really worth? You might be surprised, a regular circulation 1981 penny, in average condition, might only be worth its copper melt value, which today is approximately 0.025 cents, yes, less than 3 cents for the metal. But, and this is where it gets exciting, if you have a 1981 penny in uncirculated condition, like MS65, MS66, or even MS67 grades, those coins can easily bring in $10 to $50, sometimes more at auctions. Now here's the golden nugget of info. If you have a proof coin, especially Type 2 with clear and sharp lettering on FG, for Frank Gasparo's initials, and a perfect mirror-like surface, these can sell for hundreds of dollars. And get this, error coins, yes, errors like off-center strikes, double dies, broad strikes, and wrong planchet errors can drive the value up to thousands of dollars. Imagine finding a double die obverse 1981 penny, where the date or the word Liberty is doubled. These could sell for hundreds to thousands, depending on the severity and grade. There are even stories of off-metal errors where a penny was accidentally struck on a dime planchet. Those are crazy rare and can bring huge money to collectors. The market value today, how much is your penny worth? So, as of today, the market value for a premium 1981 Lincoln penny, especially those in ultra-high grades or with errors, can range like this: face value, but copper content could be worth up to anywhere between $5 to $25 depending on color, can jump up to $150 or more, very collectible. Anywhere from $10 to $75 or more, depending on condition and certification. Easily $500 to $5,000, sometimes even higher if two collectors battle over it at auction. And here's a fun fact: recently, heritage auctions and eBay have seen rare errors from 1981 pennies sell for over $3,000 to $7,000, especially those with dramatic double dies and off-center strikes. Now you're probably thinking, how do I know if my 1981 penny is worth something? Well, let me give you a quick checklist to look for. Check the weight, use a precise scale. A genuine copper 1981 penny should weigh around 3.11 grams. If it's heavier or lighter, you might have an error or off-metal strike. Look for sharpness and color. Bright red coins, known as MS red, are more valuable than brown ones. Inspect for errors. Use a magnifying glass or coin loop. Look for doubling on the date, Liberty, or In God We Trust. Check for off-center strikes. If part of the design is missing or shifted, it's a jackpot. Look for proof-like features. Mirror fields and frosted devices could indicate a proof or special strike. Mint mark. Both Philadelphia and Denver coins exist. Check if the mint mark looks odd or doubled. That's a good sign. And always get your coin graded if you think it's special. Companies like PCGS and NGC can authenticate and professionally grade it, which increases its market value. So folks, next time you get some pennies in change, don't just throw them into a jar. Take a moment, look at the date, and check for these key signs of value. That 1 cent could turn out to be worth thousands of dollars, and what a story that would be to tell. If you love finding hidden treasures, 1981 Lincoln pennies are definitely coins you should be on the lookout for. And with copper prices always fluctuating, even regular ones will be worth more someday, so get out there, start hunting, and who knows, maybe your next penny will make you rich. If you enjoyed this video and want more tips on valuable coins, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, and leave a comment below if you found any cool pennies or want help identifying your coins. Until next time, happy hunting, and may your pocket change be full of surprises. Let me know if you want this in a downloadable text file, or formatted as a blog. Want a shorter version too? Today, we have an incredibly exciting topic that could literally make you thousands of dollars richer if you find the right penny. Yes, you heard that right. We're talking about the 1984 Lincoln penny, a small copper coin that might be sitting in your wallet right now, but guess what? Some of these tiny coins are worth a small fortune today. So make sure you watch this video till the end because we're going to reveal exactly which 1984 pennies are valuable, how to identify them, and what they're worth in today's hot coin market. Let's take a trip back to 1984. No, not George Orwell's dystopian novel, but rather to the United States Mint, where millions and millions of Lincoln cents were struck. The 1984 penny is part of the famous Lincoln Memorial Series, which ran from 1959 until 2008. These coins feature the iconic portrait of President Abraham Lincoln on the front, a design that has become a symbol of American history. The reverse side shows the Lincoln Memorial in Washington, D.C., a design by Frank Gasparo. Now, you might be thinking, if there were billions made, how can they be rare? Well, hold on, because here comes the interesting part: errors, varieties, and rare conditions that can make an ordinary penny worth way more than just 1 cent. So what makes a 1984 penny valuable? It all comes down to minting errors. One of the most famous errors for this year is the 1984 double die obverse, often abbreviated as 1984 DDO. What does that mean? In simple terms, when the die that strikes the coin has a doubled image, the result is a coin that looks like it's been stamped twice, but slightly shifted. And that makes collectors go wild. For the 1984 DDO penny, you can actually see very strong doubling on Lincoln's ear. This error is sometimes nicknamed the extra ear penny because when you look closely at Lincoln's ear, it appears as if there's a second earlobe sticking out. Isn't that amazing? And guess what? These pennies are worth serious cash. We're talking hundreds and even thousands of dollars depending on their condition. Now let's get to the part you've all been waiting for. How much are these 1984 pennies worth right now? Let's break it down. If you find a regular 1984 penny with no errors and it's been circulated, it's usually only worth face value, just 1 cent, but if you find a 1984 doubled die obverse penny, things get exciting fast. In worn, circulated condition, these coins can sell for anywhere from $150 to $300. In uncirculated condition, meaning the coin is shiny and has never been used in everyday transactions, these can sell for $600, $800, or even over $1,000. In top-graded condition, like MS65 red, which means mint state and full red luster, some coins have sold for as much as $3,000 to $7,000 at auction, and keep this in mind, because coin collecting is getting more popular, prices are climbing. Currently, market analysis has set the average high-grade value at around $574.96, but in auction situations, these coins often exceed that estimate. Okay, so how do you know if you have a winner? Here's what to look for if you think you have a 1984 Lincoln cent worth big money. Grab a magnifying glass or jeweler's loupe, something that lets you zoom in on small details. Focus on Lincoln's ear. You're looking for clear doubling. It should look like he has a second ear or a shadow of one right behind the first. Check for strong detail. If the doubling is faint or unclear, it may not be the famous DDO, but if it's bold and obvious, you might be holding a treasure. Consider professional grading. If you think you found a good one, sending it to a grading service like PCGS or NGC can authenticate and grade the coin, and this can multiply its value because buyers trust graded coins. But wait, there's more. The 1984 Lincoln cent isn't just famous for its double ear. Here are some other errors that have been found and can also be valuable. Off-center strikes. If part of the design is missing because the coin was struck off-center, these can be worth $20 to over $100 depending on how extreme the error is. Broad strikes. Coins that were struck without the collar that normally holds them in place. These are wider and thinner than normal and can sell for $10 to $50. Clipped planchets. Coins that have a curved cut or chunk missing from the edge, these can fetch $15 to $100. Die cracks and cuds. Raised lines or blobs on the coin where the die was breaking down. These minor errors can add some premium, usually $5 to $50 depending on how dramatic they are. So always check both sides of your coin carefully. Before we wrap up, here are some fun facts about the Lincoln cent that might surprise you. Lincoln's portrait first appeared on the penny in 1909, making it the longest-running coin design in U.S. history. From 1982 onward, pennies switched from 95% copper to a zinc core with a thin copper coating, so the 1984 penny is mostly zinc. Billions of 1984 pennies were made, but only a tiny fraction have the valuable doubling error, making them ultra-rare and sought after by collectors worldwide. Now I bet you're wondering, where can I find these pennies? Here's the truth, you don't need to spend a lot of money. You can find them in your pocket change. Yes, people still spend these without knowing their value. Coin rolls from the bank. Get rolls of pennies and search through them. Estate sales, garage sales, flea markets. Sometimes old collections get sold for almost nothing. Pro tip: always keep a magnifying glass handy and set aside any 1984 pennies you find to inspect them carefully. Your next trip to the bank or grocery store could turn into a treasure hunt. Alright, folks, that's it for today's deep dive into the world of 1984 Lincoln pennies. If you enjoyed this video and want to learn more about valuable coins hiding in plain sight, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell so you never miss out on another opportunity to cash in on coin collecting. Drop a comment below if you think you found a 1984 doubled ear penny, or if you have any questions about coin errors and varieties. Thanks for watching, and as always, happy hunting. If you want, I can format this for a teleprompter script, add timestamps, or create a shorter version for TikTok or YouTube Shorts. Let me know. It'll be worth a fortune sitting right in your pocket. You've clicked on the right video. Today, we're talking about a coin that has taken the numismatic world by storm, the 1985 ultra-rare Lincoln cent, a tiny 1-cent coin that could be worth way more than a cent. In fact, Some of these coins have been appraised and sold for up to thousands of dollars. And get this, the current market value of some of these rare finds has been recorded at over $574.95. Yes, you heard that right. A penny potentially worth hundreds of dollars, sometimes even thousands under the right conditions. So make sure to watch this video till the very end because I'm going to reveal exactly what makes these 1985 pennies so valuable, how you can identify one, and what price ranges are happening right now in auctions and private sales. Let's start with a little bit of history. The Lincoln cent has been around since 1909, first minted to commemorate the 100th anniversary of President Abraham Lincoln's birth. It was the first regular issue American coin to feature a real person's image, and over the years, it has gone through several design changes. By 1985, the Lincoln cent was still one of the most produced coins in the U.S. Mint's catalog. But not all pennies are created equal, my friends. While billions of these coins were minted that year, and yes, I said billions, only a very small number have unique features or errors that make them incredibly rare and highly sought after by collectors. And when I say highly sought after, I mean collectors and investors are ready to shell out hundreds or even thousands to add these coins to their collections. So, what makes some 1985 Lincoln cents worth way more than face value? The answer lies in a combination of minting errors, die varieties, and exceptional conditions. Let me break down some of the most famous and valuable types for you. Some 1985 pennies exhibit what's called a double die obverse, meaning parts of the design, like Lincoln's profile, the lettering, or the date, appear doubled. These doubling errors happen during the minting process and are one of the most prized errors in coin collecting. If you find one with clear doubling, hold on to it tight, it could be worth hundreds or more. Next, we have the off-center strike errors. Imagine the coin being stamped not directly in the middle but offset, sometimes slightly, sometimes dramatically. The more off-center it is, without losing the date and crucial features, the more valuable it can be. Some extreme off-center strikes on 1985 pennies have sold for hundreds of dollars. A broad strike error occurs when a coin is struck without the retaining collar, causing it to expand beyond its usual dimensions. These also command a premium from collectors. Finally, condition matters. A regular 1985 penny in pristine, uncirculated condition graded at MS65 or higher can be worth $50 to $100 or more, even without errors. So imagine what an error coin in perfect condition could bring. Alright, let's talk money. What are we really looking at when it comes to the value of these coins today? Well, here are some real market examples to give you an idea. Worth face value, that's right, just 1 cent. But don't be disappointed because the magic happens with errors and condition. Worth anywhere from $50 to $150, depending on demand and luster. These can sell for $200 to $500, sometimes more, especially if certified by top grading companies like PCGS or NGC. Worth $300 to $1,000, depending on severity and eye appeal. Values between $150 and $400 have been reported. Just to give you some perspective, recent auction sales show prices ranging from $150 for minor errors to over $1,200 for exceptional specimens. Some dealers have listed perfect MS67 plus error coins at prices exceeding $2,000. And like I mentioned earlier, market value currently peaks around $574.95, depending on error type and grade. Now, let me give you some tips to help you identify if you're sitting on a gold mine, or rather, a copper mine. Look for any doubling around the numbers in 1985. A magnifying glass or a jeweler's loupe can be your best friend here. Is the coin uneven? Does part of the design look cut off or missing? That could be a valuable off-center error. Broad strikes will often have a wider than usual rim or even no rim at all. Compare to a regular penny to see if yours looks different. If your penny looks brand new, shiny, and crisp like it just came out of the mint, it may be worth grading to check its value as an MS coin. Now listen carefully, here are some mistakes you should avoid when evaluating or trying to sell your coin. First, don't clean your coin. Cleaning can scratch the surface and reduce the value significantly. Collectors prefer natural toning and patina. Second, avoid unverified online buyers. Always deal with reputable dealers or platforms like eBay with buyer protection, Heritage Auctions, or PCGS Marketplace. Don't rush to sell without a proper appraisal. Sometimes a coin that looks ordinary to you may be a rare error worth thousands. So there you have it, folks. The 1985 ultra-rare Lincoln penny, a small coin with a huge story. Remember, it's not just about the date, but about spotting the errors, the mint condition, and understanding what makes a coin valuable in today's market. If you enjoyed this video and want to see more coin reviews, error coin explanations, and how to find treasure in your pocket change, smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss out on these hidden gems. And hey, let me know in the comments, have you ever found a rare penny? What's the most valuable coin you've ever come across? Because who knows? The next time you check your spare change, you might just find a coin worth hundreds, if not thousands of dollars. Thanks for watching, and as always, happy hunting, my fellow treasure seekers. If you want, I can format this script into a YouTube-friendly teleprompter version or add visual cues. Want me to do that? Today, we're going to dive deep into the story of a very special and often overlooked coin, the 1986 Lincoln cent, also known as the 1-cent coin, and guess what? Some of these pennies, yes, simple little pennies, could be worth a small fortune today, so if you've ever wondered, could I have a penny worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars? Or maybe you're curious about the history behind this small but mighty coin, then stay tuned because this video will blow your mind. And don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, and ring the bell so you don't miss any of our future treasure hunting adventures. Alright, let's start at the beginning, the history of the 1986 Lincoln cent. The Lincoln cent was first introduced in 1909, designed to commemorate the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. It was the first time a real person, and a president no less, appeared on regular U.S. coinage. From that moment, the Lincoln cent became one of the most iconic and widely used coins in American history. Fast forward to 1986, and we're now looking at a penny that's over 3 decades old, but what makes this particular year so special? Well, by 1986, the United States Mint was well into producing Lincoln cents made from copper-plated zinc, a switch that happened in 1982 to combat the rising cost of copper. This means your 1986 penny is made of 97.5% zinc and 2.5% copper, and weighs 2.5 grams, unless you get incredibly lucky and find one of the extremely rare 1986 copper transitional errors, but more on that later. Now, you might be wondering, what makes a 1986 penny special? Isn't it just a common coin? Well, yes and no. While millions of these pennies were minted for everyday use, and I mean billions, some specific variations and rare error coins from 1986 can make this seemingly ordinary penny worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars to collectors and treasure hunters. Ultra-rare mint errors, misstrikes, double dies, off-center strikes, broad strikes, and die clashes. Proof-like business strikes, pennies that exhibit an unusual, brilliant shine and detail not common in normal circulation. Strikes, transitional errors, extremely rare, but some believe there may exist 1986 pennies struck on leftover copper planchets from pre-1982 stock. These are considered holy grails for collectors. High-grade examples, coins graded MS-67, MS-68, or higher, in nearly flawless mint state, can fetch serious money due to their rarity in that condition. Let's talk numbers, because understanding how many were made gives insight into their rarity. In 1986, the U.S. Mint struck so yes, in total, we're talking about nearly 9 billion coins, but the magic happens when we find those perfect condition pieces, or rare error coins hiding among them. Alright, now let's dive into the juicy part, error coins. These are the coins that make headlines when they show up at auctions. If you're lucky enough to spot one, it could change your life. Double die obverse. Look closely at the date, the word liberty, and in God we trust. If these letters or numbers show clear doubling, you're onto something rare. Double die reverse. Check the 1 cent lettering and the Lincoln Memorial for any doubling. Off-center strike. If the design is off-center and the date is still visible, value skyrockets depending on the percentage off. Broad strike. Missing rim details caused by a malfunction during minting. BE error. A small die break between the letters B and E in Liberty, forming what looks like a capital letter I. Clipped planchets. If a chunk of the coin is missing from when it was cut from the metal sheet, transitional metal error. Imagine a 1986 penny accidentally struck on a copper planchet from before 1982. While no confirmed ones are known, some experts believe they might exist. Such a find could be worth thousands. Now, let's talk money, because that's why we're here, right? So, what is a 1986 Lincoln penny worth today? A regular circulated 1986 penny is usually worth 1 cent, but some people pay a few cents if it's in nice condition. Brilliant uncirculated examples can sell for $10 to $50 depending on I appeal. MS67 red graded coins can bring $500 or more, because finding a flawless, bright red example is extremely rare. Error coins like double dies, off-center strikes or broad strikes can range from $100 to several $1,000s depending on the error and condition. And remember, the current market value for some of these coins has been recorded as high as $574.94, especially for premium error coins and superb gem examples. So how do you know if you have a valuable 1986 penny? Check the date and mint mark. Look for 1986 and check for any errors around the lettering and numbers. Inspect the coin closely. Use a 10x magnifying glass or jeweler's loupe. To check for doubling, errors, or anything unusual, check the weight. Regular 1986 zinc pennies weigh 2.5 grams. If you find one that weighs 3.11 grams, you might have a copper transitional error. That's potentially huge money. Compare with online images. Look up known error types to see if yours matches. Consider grading. If you think you found something special, consider sending it to a grading service like PCGS or NGC to get an official grade and authentication. So there you have it. The incredible story and value potential behind the 1986 Lincoln penny. Just imagine, the next time you get change back from a store, that 1 cent could be worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars. Amazing, right? If you enjoyed this video, give it a big thumbs up and share it with your fellow treasure hunters. Comment below if you've ever found a rare penny or if you're going to start looking through your change now. I'd love to hear your stories, and don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss out on more coin hunting tips, rare coin values, and collecting secrets. Thanks for watching, and happy hunting, because treasure is out there, sometimes right in your pocket. Thanks for watching. Check out these other videos for more coin collecting secrets. Let me know if you want a shorter version, or if you want me to include visuals/text prompts for on-screen graphics.